Hello and welcome to Roll for Bowl, the game where I let statistical probabilities decide my lunch. It is episode 77, and as always, we are inspired by Adventures in Narnia. Let's roll. So we've already pre-rolled for our Daily Harvest smoothie, and I'll remind you what that is for a minute, but now we're going to roll for what we're mixing that with. And that is a 6, dealer's choice. I shall endeavor to handle this responsibility well. And the dealer chooses almond milk. It's a little boring, I know, but it is great. It goes with a lot of stuff, and it's a little early to be getting too wild. Here's the Daily Harvest smoothie we rolled for earlier. It is avocado greens, and it is heaven on the tongue. And I'm going to hope it turns out just as smooth after we do all of our additions. We're just going to add almond milk almost to the top so it's nice and thick, and then very carefully we're going to pour it into our Ninja blender. Let's power up the smoothie with some protein, and that is a 4, green tea. Well, this is shaping up pretty well. Green tea goes well with a green smoothie. Here's my green tea protein powder. It's bright and fresh, but has a little bitterness for depth of flavor. If you've ever wondered what it looks like to add protein powder to a smoothie, it looks kind of like that. All right, let's keep rolling. Time to get a little wild, a little magical, real risky, and see how this smoothie is going to turn out. And that is a 4, chamoy. Interesting. I had several flavors of chamoy to choose from, and I went with this one, the riskiest one. It's pickled chamoy, because green. All right, here's a pickled chamoy, and in it goes. Magically, I hope. All right, let's roll. All right, we got it all assembled for the internal part of the smoothie. We're just going to give it a very quick little blendy blend. And there we go. See how pretty and green that is? And, ooh, she thick. All right, I'm excited. All right, we're getting fruity, we're getting fresh. And that is a 7, banana. Okay, this is a strong roll, I'm excited. Banana goes with everything. Here are the bananas, and on they go. These should add a nice richness without overpowering any other flavors. As always, it's time to admit we're all nuts and see what particular type of nut we're going to be today. It's a number 4. Oh yes, pecan. Here are the pecans. I've never had a smoothie and said, man, I don't like the pecans on this. So there we go. Using both pronunciations. All right, let's roll for our razzle dazzle. All right, let's get some razzle and dazzle going on, and that is a 5, Mexican wedding cookie. Okay. Here are the Mexican wedding cookies I have. I noticed that the green packaging feels very on trend for this smoothie. Let's get them added. Here we go. We're just going to give these little cookies a Hulk smash, and then we will be ready to eat. Before we eat, I heard that thirst traps were so cringe now that they might just be in my area, so here you go. This is an apron and a hat from Chef Reactions. They're both so awesome they can be your whole outfit. Oh, look at that. Look at that lack of muscle. You're welcome, Internet. Okay, let's eat. All right, time to eat our smoothie. Let's get rid of that. That's from a different video. We rate dogs more like we steal hearts. All right, here is our smoothie. And we have our pecans and our wedding cookies and our bananas on the top. I'm kind of excited about that because it kind of reminds me of banana pudding. And it is kind of banana pudding with the cookies and the bananas. The bananas are super ripe. And the smoothie is very velvety. This whole thing is very smooth on the tongue. Not a lot of great standouts flavor-wise, but it's not bad. I mean, it's just very pleasant. Very kind of fresh, very velvety. And you kind of would expect it would be from what we used. We didn't really have any standout bad flavors going in. So, all in all, very good. All right, that was quite good by all accounts. Can't complain. Although nothing very surprising, which is kind of the essence of this game. So, I don't like to give it above a 9 unless I kind of have a surprising ingredient in there. So we're going to give it an 8.5. And because it's so green and smooth, we're going to call it the She-Hulk. Okay, let's hear it one last time for the Chef Reactions apron. Swifties forever. Thank you for watching. I love you.